Better.com CEO says they pissed away $200 million. It must be nice. We're in the real estate cellar, and we're going to talk about what it's like to piss away $200 million. Could you even imagine what you would do with $200 million? And if you had to piss it away, how would you do it? And this is what I would like to know. Everybody down in the comments, I really all need to say, what would you buy with the $200 million that was pissed away? Buy Better.com, because that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about a mortgage company who had made $250 million. There was leaked audio of the CEO saying, we probably pissed away $200 million of it.
Wow, the CEO?
The CEO. So you're talking about a company that's funded by venture capital.
Better.com.
Better.com
right?
mortgage company. They're about to go public. They're pre-IPO, and all of a sudden.
Pause. What's IPO? I don't know what IPO is.
Initial public offering. It's what you do. It's one of the ways you can go public. It's not the only way to go public, but it's probably the most well-known way to become a public company.
Okay.
And so it's the exit strategy for the venture capitalists too. How they get their money back.
Okay, so this company, it's a mortgage company online.
And they hired a lot of people, hundreds of people.
Okay.
And they wanted to be really, really big, so they came right out the gate. And this is how this big money crushes the small companies. Is they come out of the gate with an absolute ton of money, and they spend it all on marketing and staff.
I was going to ask, is there a
without
lot of...
really ramping up first? I mean, they just kind of just go...
It's a mortgage company, so is there a lot of overhead?
Well, that's what I don't get is the mortgage company, they don't pay for the product and then resell it. Okay. So they're either lending their own money or they're lending somebody else's money. But generally they're lending money and then they're getting the money back when they sell the loan off.
Okay, so they should be making profit essentially.
Well, it should be all profit minus the cost of the marketing and the cost of the staff.
Okay, so they're saying... out of the staff that they hired, they pissed away $200 million that they spent?
That's what they're saying. And, of course, they were living high on the hog because the last 2 years, rates were really, really low. They were below 3%, and everyone was refinancing and pulling cash out to pay their bills.
Okay.
But then what happened in January and February?
The rates.
Rates went up.
Yeah.
What happened to refinances? Coming to a screeching halt.
Oh,
you can actually hear the noise.
Right.
That is the actual noise. Actually, it's probably way bigger than that, so maybe they'll bring in a sound effect for us for this one. But I'm telling you, it took a dump.
Okay, so what is the crux of this situation? What's the problem? I heard he called everyone a dumb dolphin, and that they embarrassed him.
He said not very nice things about staff that he hired.
Right.
But
publicly.
What happened to the buck stops here? You're the CEO. You know, you were in charge. Why did you let that happen?
So it's a mismanagement issue. If you're going to hire all that staff,
for sure,
and then fire all that staff, not even like a year or two later.
But why would you say any of that? Why wouldn't you just? I mean, that all sounds like a PR nightmare to me. Why wouldn't you just go into the boardroom and go, "Hey guys, rates went from 2.75% to 5.3%." And our revenue has gone from here to down here.
Right.
And so we got to lay you guys off until things come back. Why wouldn't you just do that? That just sounds like the better way to go about it, rather than just disparaging your entire staff, making yourself look like a total bastard, really, in a way. I mean, you just make yourself look horrible.
Whoa.
Well, what do you think is going to happen? You're in charge of a company that investors chose to give hundreds of millions of dollars to. And you actually were able to make hundreds of millions of dollars with their money and still lose a ton of money. So
I heard they were going to get invested this coming year. They are being invested. They were acquisitioned. And part of the deal is to get rid of 900 employees off the bat. And then they get, $750 million?
Well, that's the thing, is they were told to pare down. So I think what happened, and this is really what I think is a trend, and I think this is happening, and the reason that we're talking about this is because I think it's pertinent to the real estate industry.
I was going to ask,
Is
why
it-
is this pertinent?
This is really pertinent to the real estate industry because everyone's worried about market share, but nobody's worried about bottom line profit. Or that's how it was. These growth companies were all, we want market share, we want to own everything, we're going to buy up everything, and we're going to push all the small guys out. And then we'll worry about profit later. We'll just become really big and we'll waste a ton of money becoming huge, but we'll put our competitors out of business and that will be fine. Because then there'll be plenty of money to make later when we're the only game left in town.
Does that generally work?
Kind
Isn't that a monopoly?
of like what Home Depot did to the little mom and pop stores, you know?
Then Lowe's came along.
Right, but still, there's Home Depot and Lowe's. But the thing is it does seem to be the mentality of the bigger real estate brokers. The bigger real estate brokers they're buying up agents.
Okay.
And they're paying a lot of money to become the biggest that they can in their marketplace so that they can get the most market share without any regard to bottom line or profit or how they're going to make any of this money. They figure, well, we'll just make the money later. And I mean, this has always been counterintuitive to the way I thought
Business
should be run. Yeah, you should. I mean, if you run a business, you should focus on running a good business for your investors, for your employees, doing a good job for your customers, making a profit, doing it all.
So this is just a case of mismanagement.
I just think that they invested. When you invest and you invest these hundreds of millions of dollars, you invest in people. And
Ooh, I like that. Actually, you're right.
yeah, you invest in people, and this guy who's running this company who said all these disparaging things,
Zero regard for his constituents.
but he didn't have to say any of that.
That's true. What's the point?
What?
Yeah.
So why did he do it? Is this a publicity stunt?
Well, he went on a
I
hiatus.
always think that. I always think, well, gee, that was a really stupid thing to say. Is this a publicity stunt?
They put him on a hiatus
Like Elon
afterwards.
Musk and his publicity stunts.
Oh, you're beating a drum.
I know, he's a publicity stunter. He loves the publicity stunts.
Oh my Lanta.
Not me. I'm not a publicity
So this
hound.
is more of a buyer beware. Is that what this is?
No, this is a business owner beware.
Okay.
Okay? This is what I'm going to say now to my business owners out there who own real estate brokerages. I think you should still concentrate on the bottom line. I think that you should try to concentrate on a profitable bottom line. I think that you shouldn't make hay when the sun shines, but save for a rainy day. And I think that kind of advice you can never go wrong when you own your own business.
If you
So,
understand the advice, what is hay when the rainbow shines and what did you say?
make hay when the sun shines. When mortgage rates were really low and they were making a fortune doing tons and tons and tons and tons of loans,
Okay.
that wasn't going to last forever. Who thought that was going to last forever?
That's okay. All right.
All
Yeah,
right?
no, I get that.
So don't piss the money away just because it's coming in faster than you can spend it. Put some aside because you're going to need that money later
for a rainy day.
for when the music stops. You know, you play musical chairs, you got to have a seat.
There's a disparity here in our generational gap. I don't know these cliches. I'm sorry.
Really? Make hay when the sun shines? That's not a thing anymore?
Never heard that. Maybe it's a regional thing.
Maybe.
New
I
York.
don't know.
New York.
No, I think that's a thing. I think people know what I'm talking. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, engineers, did you know that make hay when the sun shines?
Yeah, I'll make sure that the definition of it's on screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. These guys are killing me.
You millennials.
But bottom line, real estate brokers, you own your own businesses, save for a rainy day, put money away while it's busy
Right.
because you never know what the next market's going to bring.
That is true. When it's hot,
Yeah.
it's hot. When it's not.
And also, when there's good explanations about why you might need to pare down your staff or tighten your belt, just say what you have to say. Don't say stupid things like, we pissed away $200 million paying people that we didn't manage properly. You know, just say, listen, we didn't make the money we needed to make in order to make the investors happy. We have to tighten our belt right now. When it gets busy, we'll ramp back up. there was nothing wrong with saying that. But I guess you wouldn't have had this publicity and we wouldn't be having this story.
Hot air balloon rides. That's what I would do with $200 million.
Oh,
Around the
right.
world.
This whole started on what would you do if you had to piss away $200
What
million.
would you do? Yeah. Hot air
wouldn't get it.
balloon. Jet
My-
skis.
I have a friend who would buy a jet, private jet.
Oh.
I have friends who would buy private yachts and boats.
All right. Now
wouldn't-
we're thinking.
I wouldn't do any of that. I would start a new business that solved a new problem.
New boobs.
That's what I do. That is not the new business I would